So I got to tell you this. So as a result, listen to me good. As a result of men being out of their natural state of being, turned away from their earthly fathers, and as a result, turned away from God, the women are lost. They're lost. And they're doing everything that they would not normally do if men, that means the fathers when they were little girls, the boyfriends when they turn young adults, the husbands when they get married. If the men were in their right state of being, loving God with all their heart, soul, and might, and love their neighbor as themselves, the women would be in control. I mean, in control of themselves, controlled by what is right, and they would not be making all these evil, they would not be doing all these evil things. And it's happening because men, started with their fathers, and it's, on one hand, the guys don't have a chance really until they grow up old and start seeking for themselves because their mothers are turning them away from the fathers, and the fathers are too weak to stop the mother from turning the boys and girls away from him because he doesn't know what's happening. All right? So this is from the Daily Mail, and this is an example. Abortion and all that stuff is an example, but this is an example of women going out of control as a result of their fathers being weak when they're little kids, and if they have had boyfriends or husbands or something, their husbands were weak. Didn't know how to lead the woman in the right way because it was upside down. This is from the Daily Mail. Excuse me. Mothers who gave up custody of their children reveal why they walked out on their families. The article reads, 3 so-called, they said brave, but ain't nothing brave about this. 3 so-called brave women, that's not brave, these are cowards. 3 so-called brave women, I say so-called, they don't have so-called here, but they call them brave women, they are not brave, have spoken about the reality of being non-custodial mothers. Speaking candidly in a Vimeo documentary, The Last Taboo, Rebecca and Natalie admit that they have been judged. Why not judging? Outcast, and even told they should be sterilized after they gave up custody to their children. Here is the intro to the documentary, The Last Taboo.
I've spent some time trying to figure out why it's so upsetting to other people that I made the decision that I made.
If I was a man, I wouldn't be sitting here having this interview. It's just the most normal thing in the world for fathers to do that. And yeah, I've never met another woman who's done this.
What are people's reactions? It's usually something like, what? What do you mean you don't have custody of your kids? Like,
girls, you can't do what the guys do and still be a lady. Rebecca recounts how she was squatting in South London with her Estonian parents. A so-called partner. Estonian partner. Is she a lesbian? No, she's not. Well, she used the word partner. Estonian partner at the age of 23 when she fell pregnant. Here's Rebecca's story.
I always felt a little bit different. I can't say that I necessarily thought I'd go and get married and have kids, but I met a very interesting Estonian man. There was this instant connection and attraction, and we got together very quickly, and he moved here, and we lived together in a squat in southwest London. I became pregnant, I was 23, which was really young. It was my idea. to move to Tallinn, where the father of my baby was from. Even after one day, I felt, no, this isn't okay. I've made the wrong decision. I can't do this, you know. So then, of course, the time came. They just wheeled me away and came to and heard this baby crying, and I just thought, this is my baby, and that this was the rest of my life. And I was just like, oh my God.
Amazing, huh? She says, when my son was a week old, I wanted to get out. This is what she said in the program. Here's Rebecca's story part 2.
When my son was sort of weeks old, I wanted to get out massively. I just wanted to come home. Felt like a caged bird. We lived near the airport, and I'd see these planes every day going to... I knew which ones were the ones going to London. Just, God. But I knew that, even though I was finding it really hard, I knew that I couldn't leave. It was like a bad nightmare just gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Now we're supposed to be feeling bad because she's crying. No, you just feel horrible. When her son was 23 months old, Rebecca's brother contacted her saying he was getting married, and she instantly knew this was her way out.
My brother was getting married in the May, which was going to be 2 years after I'd moved there. And I just sort of immediately just kind of went, that's when I'm coming home. I know I haven't seen this happen before in the world, that a mother leaves her child, but that doesn't mean that I can't do it. If I have to be the first one that I've ever seen doing it, then so be it. In this situation, it's the right thing to do. I remember getting in the taxi and saying goodbye to my 23-month-old baby son. And I was okay. And I was waving goodbye to my ex, getting in the taxi to go to the airport. My God, finally, I've got away from a really hard situation. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen or, you know, what I was going to do, but just that sense of, I can breathe now.
It's interesting how the children of the lie, these type of women, they try to romanticize everything. Listen to the sweet music in the background. This is a weak beta lady, and they're trying to act like she's done something so noble. Isn't that amazing? They romanticize evil. They put nice little music in the background. They let them cry a little bit, and then they just show the road, and just evil is something else. Natalie came to America from Israel when she was 5. Natalie was pressured into getting married at 26 by her religious family, quote unquote, unquote. Despite appearance, she felt wildly unhappy and unfulfilled.
I knew walking down the aisle that I was making the biggest mistake. I don't want him. Even though I really wasn't emotionally ready to have kids, I forced myself to. And I had one baby, and then 12 months later, I had another baby. It felt like my brain was melting.
Somebody didn't
That's
want to
what
have
it felt like.
babies.
It felt like my
You
brain
sure
was
having a lot of them.
turning into goo. And here I am stuck with a baby at home while other women my age are going off and they're working and they're exploring the world and they're traveling. I was struggling, but I would never tell anybody that I was struggling. I always put on a
Trying to
happy
be like
face.
men.
I always wanted to be like June Cleaver, just
See?
perfect all the time.
What an evil woman. Evil! After 4 years, she made the tough choice to leave the family home. Her ex-husband gained full legal and residential custody. Natalie, who is now an office manager and sees the children regularly, they should not let her see them at all, says she was ashamed at first, but didn't feel perfect enough to be a mother.
You're not allowed to say that my baby's crying is driving me crazy. And I changed so many diapers today that I just don't want to change another diaper, and I just want to sleep. You're just not allowed to express feelings other than joy and elation at motherhood. I don't have to be perfect anymore because everybody basically sees how imperfect my life is. Like, you know, I'm a mother without custody of my kids. That's already like the biggest imperfection you can have. So there's no pressure for me to look perfect. I have to compartmentalize in my brain. There's the mommy, and then there's the single woman, and there's nobody to tell me that I can't do something.
So these women want to be like men. They think going to work every day, flying to different places, it's a thing to be. So men, see, women want to follow men. But they need to be following righteous men, not these little beta males. And these women are unhappy, evil women. That's why they got rid of the kids and their husbands. You got to be right, men, and do right, and they have no other choice but to follow. Otherwise, the women are lost. They're lost. And they show these kind of stories because they want the public to try to defend them. They need approval from the public. What you did, Natalie, was just so nice. That's so sweet. You want to be like a man, Natalie, not a mother, not a woman. You're doing the right thing. Put your life first. Go get a job, girl. They want to defend these stories. That's why they put them out there, to make these women feel good about being wrong. It's a spiritual battle, a warfare between good and evil, right versus wrong. Wake up, America. This other way is not going to work.